Lecture objectives. Distinguish between intangible financial services and other tangible products. Apply the appropriate marketing and service strategies according to the life cycle of financial services. Explain the use of technology in financial services, marketing, and distribution. Lecture outline. Introduction to the marketing mix for financial services. Comparison of financial services and tangible products. Other unique features of financial services. The service strategy. Importance of service component in the marketing mix. The service life cycle. Marketing mix for financial services. We're looking at the key difference and other unique features. Introduction. The aim of marketing management is to provide services that are attractive to the target market. The 4 P's of the marketing mix are used to achieve this aim. This is the 4 P's of the marketing mix: product, price, place, and promotion. The difference between tangible products and services. The financial service have different characteristics from tangible products, pose greater challenge than tangible products, more complex than tangible products, because the intangible products is difficult to be visualized because you cannot see, touch, and feel. So that's why it's much more, it poses a greater challenge than tangible products. The key difference. These are the key difference between tangible products and services. The key difference, first one is intangibility, inseparability, variability, and perishability. Intangibility. Services cannot be touched, tasted, or handled. Some tangible representation of service are required to make it easier for customer to relate to intangible services. So a tangible representation is required for intangible services. Check. Okay, check is one good example. It's help to perform the service of fund transfer or payment. Next, ATM card is a representation of cash withdrawal. NETS card is a representation of electronic payment, which is intangible service. There's a credit card with ATM and net services. Okay. Develop also another strategy is to develop association between service and other tangible items if representation is not possible. One example is you associate bank image with the services. So it'll be shown in the following slides. So this is a bank image of DBS. You associate the services with DBS as the world's safest, Asia's safest and Asia's best. Okay, getting awards. So basically they're tying the bank's image with the services they provide. So as long as banking, you actually book banks, DBS always will provide you the safest financial services, products and services. inseparability. So services cannot be separated from seller. It has a high degree of buyer and seller contact. It's created when the service being used. So when basically it's on demand. When you need, for example, you go to the teller, the bank branch. You tell the teller, I want to withdraw a cash. So basically, you sign the form, everything. So the teller will perform cash withdrawal service to you, for you. It's only created when the moment you demand and it's being used at the same time. I mean, basically the service being used when is created, the withdrawal service is created when the service is being used. It's basically you can't put in can the service. You can't can a withdrawal service put it in a can. Due to the high cost, new methods are coming out, especially using financial technology, are utilized in selling. Variability. So delivery of service may not be uniform. So basically, it basically means that the standard of service may vary. It relies heavily on the quality of the staff. So certain staff may be more experienced and competent. So for this staff, they will deliver a high standard of service. It is difficult and manage the quality of the services, okay, for everyone, because each one of us are different. So as a result, there's bound to be, all of us are different, and there will be bound to be different in the level of service. However, staff training, okay, can help to minimize the differences and help to improve the quality of service. Setting a clear standards of service helps to set a certain minimum level of service. And the use of technologies to automate and standardize service delivery. Okay, with now fintech is getting more advanced. It can automate a lot of service and even provide personal service for you, because it knows, in the sense that the fintech has ability to store all the information that you have made transaction with them. Somehow they will know you better, right? Compared to a bank teller who has not met you before and do not know what you want. Perishability and fluctuating demand. Services cannot be stored or refrigerated for later use. Demand can fluctuate intraday, monthly, or seasons. Examples are shown in the following slides. Example, cash withdrawal during the month end for salary. So it's quite common, especially for among small companies, that they still use the traditional method of paying cash for salaries. So there will be quite a lot of cash withdrawal at the month's end. Undesirable situation leads to problems. Here, there's a long queue. So basically, there's a lot of demand for services, but there's not enough teller supply to meet those demand of service. Empty banking hall. When there's no or little demand, but there's a plenty of supply there. There's a lot of teller there waiting. There's also another problem. However, these problems leads to developments to 24 hours ATM machine facilities, internet banking, cross-hopping between sectors, part-timers, and phone banking. Any business has a responsibility to its customer. Banks have a much greater responsibility because the customer look to banks for this advice, especially about money. It has wider range of impact. You can impact the whole public, a large portion of people. It is responsible to the borrowers and the depositors. Control by government. Financial service can affect a nation's well-being. For example, the impact of 2008 subprime crisis on US economy. It was a devastating blow on the financial, but it in turn affect the whole US economy, and a lot of people suffered during the time. So here comes the MAS, the central bank. It has to regulate the financial institutions' operation for the benefit of the country and the people. Advising and selling of financial products. For example, housing loans, car loans, and credit cards. Risk. Purchase of financial services is often riskier because it's infrequent, complex, and important to an individual because it is concerned about money. Example, mortgage loan. Most of us, mortgage loan to most of us is a very big deal. It's a big uh, loan because to buy a house, it costs a lot. Buy a house in Singapore, so mortgage loan is a big deal for most of us. Importance of service component in marketing mix. Importance of service component in marketing mix. We'll look at the features and benefits of service. The most important component of the financial service marketing mix. Without the desired service features, the remaining three P's will not be effective in generating sales. The three P's are price, place, and promotion. Key issues. Deciding on the features of individual services, extension or reduction of bank's products range, most appropriate mix of products, and allocation of resources. Service life cycle. This service life cycle go through four phases. The first one is introduction, followed by growth, maturity, and decline. And this will be as times goes, you will slowly fall into decline. And see as decline goes, the sales goes down. Right? So well, we'll go the next few slides we'll discuss a bit more in detail. Okay, at the introduction stage, there's a period of slow sales growth, possibly negative profits. However, it's okay. This is at the initial start introduction. The priority is to establish awareness and appreciation of the services, features, and benefits. So for banks, it's okay to lose a bit of money here. The most important, the priority here is to establish awareness and appreciation of its service features and benefits. At the stage of growth, sales volume increase steadily, the profit increases, it attracts significant competitions. So as more and more banks see Bank A is making good money, Bank B, C, D will come in too. At the stage of maturity, there will be a slower sales growth or even dropping sales. There will be increased advertising and costs to operate these services and even falling profits. So the competition here is the most intense. At the stage of decline, there will be stable fixed costs, but reducing revenue even if the price is cut. Next, promote a modified service. Adapt to contain only the best features for the most highly regarded market. So basically modify the service. So keep the good one. Maybe remove away the bad ones. Now look at modifying existing services. Adapt service to contain the best features. So there are two ways. One is quality modification and features modifications. Use of service life cycle. Life cycles may take many different forms. Some have short life cycles, others have long life cycles. Each phase can vary considerably. So there's no hard and fast rule about it. So it depends on many factors. But the basic idea is to provide a framework for the banks to help the banks in its decision making process.